Okay, hi, hey, welcome to Talk Comics to Me. This is the tired edition.
Yes, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday. I'm so very sleepy. We have so many books. I'm Champ Champenstein.
And I'm Heather Hadfield.
We're gonna go into this because we also have a very short amount of time to do this.
Yes, we got a little gossipy for a minute. So okay, this is Frank Frazetta's. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. I don't know. Death Dealer. This is issue number 2. This issue is pretty much just like a version of Conan. But this guy, I'm just going to call him Death Dealer because I don't actually know what his name is.
Seems right, though.
Yeah, I know that the cursed helmet that he wears, like whenever he powers up, he goes by Death Dealer. So it's not technically him, it's his helmet, but you know what? Sir Death Dealer is on a quest to figure out what happened to the lady he banged in the previous issue. But it's not the lady that he's looking for, it's the baby because he's concerned about the baby's safety.
Because the lady just bangs people?
Yeah, it happened like 4 pages in. So, yeah, he runs into her, she's got a baby, she's like, please help me, save me, sir.
Yeah, that's the one who's naked on the street.
Yeah. So he saves her, they bang, he goes out to do a little hunting, get some food, and when he comes back, the baby and her are gone. There are like signs of a ruckus in his little cave. And so yeah, this one is he's just kind of traversing the land and trying to discover what happened to them because it's a baby and he's got to save a baby. And his Death Dealer helmet is like trying to cause all sorts of mayhem because he is very much like the axe in Barbaric, where it's like he can talk, he's sentient, has his own life and stuff. He's like the bad devil, and then the guy wearing it is like the angel on the shoulder. So,
Okay.
I enjoy this actually quite a bit. The art I wasn't so sure of, especially in the first issue, but I think like with this, since there's more going on, it makes a little bit more sense. It's all right. I really do enjoy like the covers and stuff though for this. That's the main reason why I wanted to check it out, is because I love Frank Frazetta's art. So.
Yeah, it is really good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure how many issues this is supposed to be. I never really even looked into it, but this is the B cover. This is the Frazetta cover. So those are the ones I'm going to be getting from now on. Thank you.
Okay. I have this DC Pride anthology. This very cute sway cover. I like it a lot. And this is just like all those other anthologies, has several different stories. Like 10. There was a lot. This was a lot.
There was quite a bit in there.
Yeah, and all the stories had a lot of substance. I had told several people this week this was probably one of my favorite like anthologies that they've done like this. All of the stories were like really good for the most part. Like there wasn't something like, there were a few where I read them and I was like but it wasn't like where it was like sometimes, I don't know, like some of the Marvel ones where I'm just like, oh my god, I can't even like get through this. But like this one, every single one I really, really enjoyed. So, and there's an interesting like little foreword by Nicole Maines. She plays Dreamer on some DC CW show.
Okay.
And she's a trans woman actress, and so like she talks about how like important it is to see, you know, the representation and stuff for trans people like within superhero books and like within the CW and like DC shows. So I thought that was like, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. There was an interesting part in this very first Superman story where he has like a cape made out of all of the flags, and they like for some reason put the straight flag on there, and I was like, I don't understand that.
Yeah. Seems sus.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't, why did you do that?
I don't know. That is a weird one.
It's fine, but also just like, yeah, I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just move on from my life now. Besides that, I like all the stories were just good, fun. I would highly suggest it. It's definitely worth like the $10.
We only have 2 copies of that left.
Nice.
Yeah, we even sold the Harley and Ivy flail.
The foil one.
The
That one was
foil
really pretty,
variant,
too.
yeah. No, it was, I was actually pretty excited. We sold a lot of them, like, Friday and yesterday, so there's only 2 left. So if you're looking for one, get it while it's still hot.
Yeah. All right. I'm done.
Okay, so we both read this one. This is The Ward. This is issue number 1. This is, how did you describe it? Because it was like the perfect...
The solicit was like ER meets like fairy tales, I guess.
So it follows a person who used to be a doctor in this supernatural hospital. It's just her kind of like navigating it. She doesn't work there anymore, but you are introduced to the hospital itself, which is, it seems like in a fold in our universe, like in a different, it's there, but like you have to access it through like a certain kind of doorway, I guess, whatever. But yeah, you're just introduced to the hospital and all of the supernatural comings and goings of it, and you just, I don't know, there's a human who is experiencing it, and he is just as weird about it as I would be.
Just like, okay.
Yeah. So it was interesting. The idea is really cool. The pacing of it was kind of weird to me. I do, there were some things about it that I was just like, meh, about. Yeah. But I think overall, especially for a first issue, it was fun.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun book. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I would put it on my profile, or I'll probably read it from you if I want to read it. Yeah. Because it's just it's fun. It's a cool, interesting idea. I just don't know if it's something that would I know that there's obviously going to be some sort of subplot about humans maybe finding out about this ward or this hospital, but how much sustainability does that have, and how many issues?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. If it was maybe 4, it would be 5. Mm-hmm. Fine. I'm having a very hard time talking. Yeah. If it was 4 issues, it would be fine. So you get the story, and then it's just kind of done. But this does also seem like one of those where it would have multiple story arcs for no reason. Yeah. So yeah, I am going to get the second issue, because I can't remember if I added this or if I special ordered.
I'm pretty sure you added it.
Okay. I'll keep going for a few more issues just to kind of see, because again, it's very interesting, and I'm curious. I'm curious. Okay. This is Potions, Inc. This is issue number 1. As you can see, we both got this one.
Yeah. This is just a little tale about a young person who lives in a magic family who doesn't really have magic abilities, and starting their quest to kind of, hone that stuff, and also save their family.
Yeah, he's got to retrieve an item that has been taken from him.
Yeah, it was cute. I don't think I would get the next issue.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. My favorite part, honestly, was, they have a recipe in the back that I thought was a lot of fun.
I did really like the recipe a lot, too.
So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to check out the second one just because, again, the recipe, I want to see what kind of stuff they add to it, because it's the Jones family recipe book. So there's got to be all sorts of good stuff in here. Yeah, the story overall was just in there, read that type thing.
It wasn't bad. It was just very much yes, this is a young adult book, and it was not necessarily for me.
Yeah, it was cute. I liked the art for it, for the story that it is, and just your run-of-the-mill fantasy dude trying to find his place in the world kind of book. Yeah. All right, I've got this.
It's Thor.
This is Thor, yes. This is issue number 26.
For those of you who can't see.
This is part 4, Banner of War. I did not read this because I do not care about it.
Yes.
I'm not even going to try to mince my words just a little bit. I don't think I'm going to read this. I think I'm going to be taking it off my poll, because the next issue of this Thor run is Venom. Venom is a part of it, and I just don't care. I don't care about it, and you can't make me care about it. So that's all I'm going to say about this. If you have anything to tell me about this on whether or not I should read it, don't bother, because I'm not going to either. So then I'm going to talk about this one. This is Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor. This is issue number 1. This was a strange one. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this one.
Yeah, like I said, I got like a 1-star review on like comicbook.com or something. Just like one of those reviews where I was like, Jesus.
I am going to say I didn't hate it. Mm-hmm. I really, really, really like the author of this one, and it is, for me, it was interesting the way that this story is told. Basically, Thor is missing, and Jane Foster is given the hammer again to become Thor to retrieve him, locate him, figure out what happened to him. But instead of becoming Thor, she decides to just go as Jane Foster the Valkyrie. So there's a lot of characters in here that have obviously been in multiple Thor stories and stuff. Like Amora is in here, who was always one of my favorites, which is probably why I didn't dislike it, because I love her and I'm very excited to see what she has to do with this whole story. But it's just, I don't know. There was something about it that I just didn't necessarily like, but I could not tell you what it is. Maybe I'll figure out later, because this is a limited series. I think there's 5 issues. Yeah. And I am, of course, a sucker, so I'm going to stay for all of it. But if I can figure out what that one specific thing is that I just didn't like about it, I will let y'all know.
Okay, so I have Dark Beach. This is issue number 3. This is just a little, a detective story, basically, about... that takes place on Earth after the sun has gone out, and I don't really have much to say because this is there's a lot happening.
Are you still enjoying it?
Yeah, no, I really, really like it. I really like the art. I really like the story. I think the story is really interesting. Like I said, it's just it's a detective story, and it's 3 issues in. I think it's only 5 or 6, maybe. Mm-hmm. That might be even too many. So it's very much in that point where it's
it's hard to explain exactly what's going on.
You got everything. Mm-hmm. It's okay, here's the place that you are, and here's where things start really happening. So okay, it's really good though. Yeah, I would definitely suggest it.
I was thinking about because I did read the first one and I did like it quite a bit, but I never read the other issue 2. So I was thinking about picking that up because I flipped through that one. I think it might have been the day that we got them in, but I flipped through it and it still looks so good. So
yeah, I just really like the idea of it also connecting with how the sun might have gone out and the secrets behind that, and then these people who worship the old sun. So there's a really it's just an interesting idea.
That seems pretty pagan to me.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
This is Twig. This is issue number 2. This is just a cute little story about our friend Twig, who is on a journey, and everything is not going right.
No, he is the type of person, to me anyway, furry thing, that no matter what he tries to do right, it always goes wrong.
The type of dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is definitely one of those, he's just a sweet, lovable, idiot.
Yes, exactly. I love the faces that he makes in this, though. All of his faces are so good. He's got those 2 big teeth.
Yeah, no, the character design and stuff in this book is really great. I think that's one of the the art and the colors are one part of this book that I truly, truly enjoy. There could be no words, and I would not care at all.
Yeah, the panels, the setup. Yeah, just overall the look of this book is very, very good. And I mean, I've read enough Scotty Young at this point, especially his independent ones, where I'm I know this is going to just be so good.
Yeah. So, and that's all I can feel from this book is I haven't been disappointed by an issue. And even though I said I could do it without the words, it's also a nice addition. So
we are only 2 issues in, so much can happen to our boy Twig. We just gotta keep it going.
I hope nothing bad happens to my boy Twig.
Oh god. It's wishing for too much.
So next we have Orcs. The Curse.
It's a callback.
Yeah, it's a callback, so if you've been listening, you'll know. This book is about some orcs, and this issue in particular, the orcs are faced with a curse from a wizard who wants the orcs to help him, but does not want to pay them fairly. And the orcs are like, nah, bro.
We need that gold.
Yeah, you gotta give us money. You gotta treat us fairly. I did really like how it was just like...
So wait, you're not gonna pay us?
Yeah. It was so like...
Yep.
There was something so great about that. But yeah, this book is... I loved that first story arc. And I just like... I loved the shit out of this like so much. And the art is amazing. I feel like it's even better than the last story arc.
It's a lot of fun because the characters obviously don't take themselves too seriously, but then you have this like other group, the crows or the ravens. I think they're ravens. Yeah. Who were working with the wizard. They rebel in a sense, and they also try to get the orcs to help them. So the way that they go about trying to commission the orcs versus how the wizard did was very good. So yeah, it's just a classic orc story.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I even if you don't have kids, this book I think is fun.
It's so much fun, and I think this one's only going to be 6 issues too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely worth it, and you don't need to read the first story arc to enjoy this one at all. Like, it does seem like each arc, if they continue with them, is just going to be its own thing.
Yeah, I did like that a lot, where it's just like, because I was talking to somebody earlier in the week, because I was like, yeah, you should get that, it's really good. It's like, there is like a first story arc, and they were like, doesn't matter? And it's like, no, you're following the same characters, but it doesn't, it does not matter. Yeah,
because you're kind of introduced to them again in this, in a way that, if you aren't familiar with them, it does a good job of just explaining them, so it's very good. I definitely recommend it. Okay, I have the Ballad of Ronin. This is issue number 1. This book is it's very heavy with Celtic. I think it might actually just mythology. There's a lot of mythology. If you know anything about like changelings, this is what this story is mainly about. The main character is switched at birth, and so the character that you're first introduced to, you don't really get to know them a lot in here. But the person that they were switched with is basically who you're following in this issue. She is in foster care, and she is just trying to find her way, figure out who her parents were, and all that kind of stuff. But it's I liked it. I liked it a lot. The art was weird for me at first. I think I mentioned this the other day. I can't remember. It was very weird at first, but when you take into consideration like the content of the story, it makes sense, because it is obviously targeted to like younger audiences, and it's very heavy in fantasy. Okay. So I am going to continue reading this because there's a lot that's obviously going to happen. There's like little notes, an author's note in the back that kind of explains their idea for the story and how, I don't know, it's going to evolve as the story goes along. It's just very good. And it's about how hard, being a child can be, even when you do have parents, but when you don't have parents and you don't know anything about yourself, how it can be more difficult to figure out who you are. So it was good. I enjoyed it.
Sorry, we are so out of focus right now. It's insane.
Fix yourself.
Oh. There we go.
Okay.
I was just like, at first when I looked up, I was like, is this because my glasses off?
Yeah, no, I thought that for a minute too, but I haven't cleaned my glasses for a while, so I was like, yeah, that makes sense to me. I didn't realize we were actually out of focus.
Okay, sorry. Now I have Quests Aside. This is issue number 2. This is just a story about a guy named Barrow who owns a bar that is basically for people who are on quests to, hang out, and his old friend, who is now the king, basically just was trying to take his bar. Is like, you gotta get the fuck out. I gotta use this.
This is mine.
And since I'm the king, sorry, you kind of gotta do it.
Abuse of power.
So this is kind of dealing with like Barrow coming to like terms with that and deciding like what he should do.
Okay.
Yeah. just nice little, I don't know, I really like this book a lot. I like the art a lot. I like the story like a ton. I think it's just really interesting. And just like a fun idea too.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like have all of these like fantasy type characters like in a book, kind of just like doing those things.
Right. I was gonna say it seems like a very like classic idea for a fantasy story of this caliber, but I like when they kind of take their own liberties and make it unique.
Yeah. I don't know, it just kind of also reminds me of like, I don't know, like our own D&D games where it's like we spent so long trying to make like a Dave and Buster's and
God damn it, I remember that.
in our game. So it was like, yeah, I'm like, I kind of I'm getting the feeling of our own group here.
That's so funny.
Okay, so next we have After School. This is issue number 1. This is going to be a short little anthology series. I think it said like there's 3 more issues.
That sounds right. I can't remember.
I know it says it somewhere in this book because it said like that they were all different stories.
Yeah.
So I know that 4 standalone comics, 4 different stories. One Simple Truth, The Good Die Young, The Bad Die Better. So yeah, it's just this particular story is about a little girl who has a dog, like is gifted a dog.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Like by her parents, and because she kind of lacks like self-confidence, and this dog comes into her life and gives her all of those things that she like once lacked, and now there's a twist.
Yeah.
After that. The twist is great. The whole book was like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's very much like it kind of Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way.
Yeah,
is
for
what
sure.
It reminded me of because it's again for younger audiences in a way.
Yeah, say like, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, that's more.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah, I would say it was
enjoyed
a lot
this
of fun.
quite a bit. I only special ordered the first one, but I ended up adding it to my pull because it was way more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and I like that. I don't know. I like horror anthologies anyway, so it was kind of nice to just also have that, like, again. Yeah, it just hates us today. I don't even know why.
Why are we not in focus? That's what's stressing. Fix yourself.
Are we here?
Are we real? Are we ghosts?
Yeah, that is definitely a book I would suggest if you like horror anthologies. And like I've said to other people, it's like if you pick this up and don't like it, you might pick up the next one and like that.
Yeah.
So
and it does seem like it's going to be that type of anthology. Like, I wonder if the overarching theme is...
I think it's just like dead kids. It seems.
That's
seems
fine
like
with me. All right. I have Batman. This is issue 124. This is obviously leading up to the new run that's coming with Chip. In this issue, Batman discovers that Abyss is still kind of running his game. Abyss is not who they say they are or who they think they are. It's someone that Batman has previously run into, and this person is using the Abyss character to try to discover what happened to their parents.
Okay.
They have been gone, they disappeared, and when they're given the opportunity to get revenge in a way to kill the people that did stuff to their parents, Batman kind of lets them decide, like just sits there and kind of watches them. And they're like, I'm gonna kill him. And he's like, all right, dude, whatever. Because he realizes, they're not going to do it because Batman had that same problem when his parents were murdered, and tells the story about how when he got older, he visited this man in prison and had the opportunity to take care of it and just couldn't do it. So it was a very interesting issue. I think I liked the art the most for it, which is like a weird thing to say, but I just loved how gross this art looks. Mm-hmm. It's very disturbing. But the second story in it is the prelude to Poison Ivy.
Oh, nice.
Would have never known.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to read it to enjoy this first issue of Poison Ivy, but it kind of does help.
I'd say probably fills in some blanks.
Yes. So... yeah, it helped me a lot, and I read this after Poison Ivy and then was like, oh shit, I should have read this first, but you don't know.
Yeah, say if you don't know. And it doesn't say, I guess it does really say there.
Yeah, it just says featuring Poison Ivy photosynthesis. It doesn't say anything about it like leading into the new, nothing. So I had no idea until I got to the very last, and it says Ivy's journey continues in Poison Ivy #1. So yeah, it makes a little bit more sense if you do read this, but again, it's not completely necessary. Like you don't need it to enjoy it. Yeah. So again, 125. Next one, Chip starts, and then Poison Ivy obviously came out this week as well, which we will get to.
All right. So now I have a Batman book. I have Batman Killing Time. This is the Tom King book. This is issue number 4. Only 2 more issues left, and this is just Batman teams up with the Help, and a little cute story about some heads on sticks.
Hell yeah!
And yeah, it's Batman.
Just a Batman book.
It is a Batman book. I really enjoy it. I know other people don't enjoy it. It's fine. It's like, I'm excited to get to the end and figure out what the fuck this God Eye thing is.
And I like that.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
There's also just like an interesting thing because Ra's al Ghul gave Batman this, what they call the God's Eye in this book. And that's what Catwoman and Riddler stole.
Okay.
And so, like, you go back... I'm ruining this whole book, so I'm sorry. Spoiler late. So this book goes back and forth in time, showing, like, where this, like, God's Eye came from and, like, the kind of mischief that follows it.
Okay.
So that's, like, an aspect of it I really like. I really like the idea of the Help and Batman and how they're both, like, supposed to kind of, be taking control of, like, Ra's al Ghul's spot when he dies. And so the Help is, like, teaming up with Batman to try to get this thing back, but also, like, there's going to be a fight between the two of them, and somebody's got to die.
Oh, shit.
So
you're going to have to spoil that for me.
I'm going to say it might be Batman.
Oh, shit. Okay, I do have to say...
Wait, what if this is like a day tripper? Like, at the end of this story arc,
oh my god,
Batman dies.
I like that Tom King with this story is doing what we say every single Tom King story that we read. Like, if it was, 6 issues shorter... Yeah, no, and
that's what I really like about this, because it really does, like... I know that there are people who are like, it's boring, but it really gets in there, tells you the story, tells you what's going on, and then it's like, okay, now we're at this, like, ramp up point where it's like, yeah, it's really good.
Shit is happening.
Yeah, shit is happening. I'm not, like, bored, or just don't give a shit, Right.
Yeah, that's good. Like, I love that for you.
Yeah.
6 issues?
6,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm hyped on it. Okay, so now we have Dark Knights of Steel. This is issue number 7.
7.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Goodness.
Batman has been brought in by the Kents. I guess they are. That's like, no, that's not right. But yeah, that's right. And they are, kind of hanging out with the Teen Titans.
Yeah. They nursed him back to health. There's some stuff going on with Ra's... How do you say his name?
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul. I can never say... Razi, yeah. With the ghouls.
Razzing with the ghouls.
There's a little, conversation between the ghouls and the Titans. So I was actually blessed this week with 2 series that had Beast Boy in it.
Yeah, true.
So I was pretty excited about that. One of them was not very fair, but... If you're at Dark Crisis, that'll tell me what you think, because I have some theories, even though I don't read the story at all. I read that 1 issue, and I'm like... So yeah, Beast Boy's in this. It was very cool. Very exciting.
I forgot you have that.
Which one?
Legion.
Oh yeah. Should I?
Oh yeah, I guess, and Dark Knights of Steel. Great book. Enjoy it.
it's fantastic. They did, Yasmin Putri is not the artist on this. I don't know if she's going to do the art for the last half, or if this is just like 1 issue.
Well, they've had like guest artists on here before,
right.
So I feel like it's probably just to give like them a break.
Yeah, that makes sense. I also had this thing where like, what if it was, because the art is very similar.
Yeah, I say because Bengal did that 1 issue.
That's right. I did forget about that. Back, yeah. But yeah, different artist. It's still just as beautiful.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Oh, sorry.
Okay, no, you're fine. We're just talking about books. So this is Legion of X. This is issue number 2. It's just, X-Men being cops. But
sounds right.
But if Nightcrawler heard me say that, he'd probably punish me because he keeps saying we're not cops. But they're doing investigating, trying to figure out some stuff.
But they're doing cop shit?
Yeah, they're doing cop shit. And this is not a spoiler in case you wanted to know, because it's on the very first page, but I just need to show this to you because I lost my mind. I didn't even notice that right away. So I'm going to show it to you. This is very obviously Loki right here. And I know that he's on the cover for the next issue, but it not explained at all. Why are they showing my man? Why are they doing this to me? But anyway, it's just, they're investigating, trying to figure out, things that are happening in Krakoa. They are using the help of someone from Araco. I'm so sorry I cannot remember her name, but she's constantly trying to bang Nightcrawler, and it's just not happening. We talked about this. I hope that it happens soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Legion is doing some shit too. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. I can't exactly go into details for all of it because it's just small moving pieces of the bigger picture, and I don't know what I can say that will completely spoil this story and turn people off from it, but I am enjoying it. I do like it more than I liked Way of X, just because I think there are so many different moving parts to it, and I'm curious. I want to know what happens, and I want to know how Loki comes into play.
So next we both have Poison Ivy. This is issue number 1, and this is a little love story with Poison Ivy. She's being bad though. Yeah,
she is. I'm trying to remember where exactly it happened in Batman, but she has stuff taken away from her, so she's not quite the Poison Ivy that we all know, and it is not sitting well.
Yeah, she's very upset about that.
Yeah.
I really liked this book a lot. It was, like we had talked before, I feel like if you don't know what happened to Poison Ivy in excuse me, in that Batman story arc, it is a little confusing because it is just pardon me, just kind of what is she talking about? It tells you without explicitly telling you, so you have that idea, but it does feel like you want that information.
Yeah, because I think you were the one who had mentioned it to me, because I knew about it because it is mentioned in the last couple story arcs of Batman, especially the one that we just finished, the Tinian, the last one that he did. It kind of explains in a way what's going on with her, but I hadn't read the actual when it happens to her. So I wasn't completely sure. So I think you had mentioned it to me, and I read up a little bit more on it because I was I just thought it was something that Tinian was doing, and I don't know. I didn't know. So yeah, it does help if you know a little bit more about that, if instead of just jumping right into it. Not that you can't, but
yeah, it's just trying to find out what happened,
right?
Maybe get those little bones. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. I like the idea of mixing this love story with just murdering people.
Yeah, no, Poison Ivy's fed up with
yeah, it's just straight up murking people, so
no sympathy. My favorite,
I say just anyone and everyone.
There was a line in here that she says, "It's not that I dislike human beings. As individuals, they're fine."
Yeah.
That pretty much sums up the entirety of what she's doing. So it's I did enjoy it quite a bit. I do think it's going to be, is it a limited?
Yeah, I think it's 6.
Okay. I would recommend it.
I feel like it was. Maybe it's not.
I felt I remember
usually it tells me
that.
on the front, but
that's why I just looked.
This one's being rude.
So rude.
It's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, we'll obviously be reading it. I like her little mushroom keychain. I just thought that was very cute. Yeah, Poison Ivy.
Number 1. Yes. Okay, so now lastly we have Aquaman Andromeda. This is a new book by Ramvi and Christian Ward. Been looking forward to this one for a little bit of time because it's supposed to be a Aquaman horror book, which was an interesting idea. I like the combination of space and oceans in this quite a bit.
Well, yeah, because the ocean is just space on Earth.
I know.
That's so cool.
The ocean is scary and deep, and I found out about this volcano in the ocean that, like, sharks have evolved to be able to live in because the water is so hot.
Oof, I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate the ocean.
Yeah, when I learned about that, I was not okay. Anyway, this takes those scary dreams and makes them come true. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Just throws Aquaman into it.
Yeah, there's a kraken. The art's really great, of course. Yeah, it's only 3?
Yeah, I think so. But what does it say here? There's basically an anomaly, and a group of like scientists and stuff are kind of sent down on the down low to kind of investigate it, but no one really is supposed to know that they're there. Some shit goes awry, and that's, without spoiling anything, like, that's kind of what you need to know about this. It just looks so good.
Yeah, it looks so good. Like I said, I just think it's a really interesting idea of, like, this isn't something traditionally Aquaman-esque, and like you said, you can't really tell it's an Aquaman book. Besides, like, there's a few little bits of Aquaman, but otherwise it's kind of just not an Aquaman book at all.
He seems like, despite the fact that it is an Aquaman story, he's very much a secondary character when it comes to at least this issue of the series. So
I assume they're gonna definitely delve more into him and like what is happening and where he's from, because that's my question.
But it's good. Like, it looks really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I like psychological terror, so
yeah, same. I have nothing bad to say about it. It was a good book.
It was pretty solid. And if it is only 3 issues, that'll be like perfect. But if it's more, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
That's it.
And we're done with our comic books. We actually did that really fast.
Yeah, that's surprisingly fast.
Yeah. So, you know the drill. Go support your local comic book shop, support your friends, support your local libraries, be good to each other. Happy Pride Month, as always, during June, and forever and ever, amen. Especially this month and every month. If you have money, please donate it to LGBTQ people. Shit is wild and terrifying out there right now for trans folks and just anybody who is under the LGBTQIA umbrella, because people have to be fucking awful. So just let people know you care about them and you're there, and use your voice if you have it, and tell anyone who says something shitty to go fuck themselves, because they most definitely should.
Do this.
Yeah. But also be safe and take care of one another, because it's especially scary. And I think it's important that we take care of each other right now. So,
just love. Just love.
Yeah. So if you have the ability, just take care of who you can. Protect them. That's all I got.
That's pretty much sums up everything that was in my head. So, yeah. No, you're good. We got it.
All right. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
On the flippity flip.
Flip, flop. Flip, flop.
Flip flops.
Wherever the fuck you are, I'll see you there.
Bye.